I'm doing is pressing on both sides and pulling out. Here goes. And again, pressing on both sides. A bit tricky on this side because there's less space. Maybe I can just pull it out now. There you go. Once it's released, it's actually easy to pull out. There's one more connector, and that's this guy over here. In order to take that out, you pull out this tab there, and then press and pull out. So 3 connectors, they're off. Now this guy should just come off if I've loosened it. So you rotate up and out, and there's still something left. Oh yeah. So I'm just gonna, since all I want to do is replace the fuel filter, I'm just gonna leave this be here. Otherwise this needs to be pulled out as well in order to remove this entirely. And in order to, so this is something I've never done. So this is the first time. Fuel filter is right here. The Star Service DVD says that there's a screw here which needs to be loosened. These 2 hose clamps, which are special, need to be removed. This connector, presumably some kind of a sender, I don't know what it is, that needs to be removed. And then apparently it just comes out. We'll see. So here's the screw that apparently needs to be removed in order to take this fuel filter out. So I'm using my iPhone for this because I can't get close enough. And here's the detail of the 2 click-R hose clamps. So I'm going to first remove or unscrew the Torx screw, which is a T30 as it turns out, which I don't know if you can see this here. This is a T30, and I'm going to unscrew this. So this is actually, they tell you to do this last, but I'm doing it now. And it comes out quite easily. Comes free and out, I believe. I have special hose clamps pliers, which I got from Amazon for about 15 bucks. So it says, for releasing and refitting reusable hose clips types clip and clip R. And these same things are called by Mercedes click and click R. So these guys say they're reusable, Mercedes says we need to replace them. I'm going to reuse them, and we'll see what happens. So the idea is, there's a little nubby on it and a slot in the screwdriver and the plier, and I can do this and work it off, and it comes off. And on this guy, it's on the other side, so I turn it around, press, and it comes off. So both of them are off. So I was able to get both hoses off quite easily. The trick is you push the hose clamp back over the hose, grab the end of the hose while it's still on the inlet pipe, work it loose, and then grab the body of the hose over here and yank at it, and it comes off. So it's not too bad. And now I'm going to remove this connector over here. So this is the electrical connector, which came off quite easily. You have to push on this side, but you have to do it with your bare fingers. Kind of hard to do with gloves. So that's off. Now I'm trying to figure out how this fuel filter comes out actually, because it's still quite tight in place. It looks like it's actually held by these things. I have to figure that out. This unscrews, but I'm not sure what purpose it serves. and the instructions are kind of unclear on this. So let me think about that a little bit. So I'm removing these bolts here, which are a strange kind of bolt, but it seems like a, let's see what size this is. A 5/16 fits nicely. You do have to try it out because you don't want to strip these things, because that would be not pleasant. Here's one. And is there a washer? No, there's no washer. It's there's a thing clamped onto that. There's a fuel pipe or something clamped onto it. You certainly don't need this long an extension, but that's what I could lay my hands on. And there it is. Sure enough, now the fuel filter appears to be loose, and we will withdraw him. Here he is. The fuel filter. Okay. Okay, here's the old and new fuel filters. So obviously I've got to take this stuff, this part off and put it on this guy, which is what I'm going to do now. Okay, so I have to get these screws off. And the tool for the job is this T15 Torx bit. So this plastic bit comes off. Once you remove these two Torx screws, you have to rotate this clockwise and then pull out. It takes a bit of force, and what I actually did was gently pried it with this screwdriver here, and sort of just push it up, and then it appears to just come out. And well, or not. Oh, there you go. So this, I believe, is what they call the water separator. So I've got to put this back in to the, and they've given me 2 new O-rings. I suspect this is where they'll go. So I'm going to set the water separator aside. Look at that lovely diesel in there. Smells like kerosene. So this is our water separator, of which they don't have pictures in the Star DVD. That Star DVD is really not a very good piece of documentation. At any rate, here are the 2 O-rings, 1 and 2. And the new filter came with this little plastic baggie with 2 new O-rings, which looks suspiciously like the right size. And there's my new filter box. So here's my technique for removing the O-ring. I have got this little pick which I insert into the O-ring and then pull it out. Otherwise it's kind of hard unless you have long fingernails. I removed the old O-rings, put the new O-rings back on, and pushed the entire water separator plastic assembly down into the thing, and then pushed it down. And I have to push it down far enough so that this thing, you can now rotate it left, counterclockwise, and get it under those 2 screws so that you can put those in. I'm going to try that now. So apparently there is no way to do this other than to bend these tabs a little bit upwards so that this thing will rotate in there like that. So it was in this position. Let me get it. So like you can push it in this position and then rotate it in. But you can't do that if these tabs are in their original factory position. You have to push them up a little bit. So that's what I did with my screwdriver. It wasn't difficult to do. I suppose when I tighten them back on, then it'll settle.